The following is an excerpt from the 2023-2024 budget presentation by Prime Minister the Most Honourable Andrew Holness.
15 ecologically sensitive areas across the island have been identified for enhanced protection. These geographical areas will have restrictions on the types of activities that may be permitted in order to preserve their hydrological or ecological functions and services. Low-impact development, such as ecotourism, may be permitted in these areas, but the restrictive conditions and approval from the relevant regulatory authorities must be received. Madam Speaker, not only have we completed the policy work, but we have also moved swiftly to implementation. The first is Industry Cove in Hanover, Bogue, St. James, Montpelier, St. James, Winds Morass and Oyster Bay, Trelawney, Bengal in St. Anne, Fern Gully in St. Anne, Holland Bay, St. Thomas, Long Mountain, St. Andrew, Palisadoes, that is the Port Royal Protected Area Conservation Zones, Shooters Hill, St. Catherine, Hellshire Hills and Goat Islands, St. Catherine, Canoe Valley, Manchester and Clarendon, Great Bay, and that's in St. Elizabeth, and the Negril Great Morass in Hanover and Westmoreland. At the core of these and other initiatives is the call for 30% of our land and marine areas to be protected. And Madam Speaker, I am pleased to report that we will exceed that target. In this financial year, we declared the Black River Protected Area and the under the Natural Resources Conservation Authority Act. Madam Speaker, you would recall that at that time, I made a further commitment to make the Pedro Keys and surrounding waters a protected area. This has now been completed. And I have the act that does that here. Madam Speaker, it is clear that the government is actively pursuing greater legislative and practical protection for our environment. We have, however, also been pursuing significant restoration efforts. I'm pleased today to report that through the efforts of the Forestry Department and many other national stakeholders, we have passed the mark of 2.5 million trees planted nationally. Madam Speaker, I've directed the Forestry Department to coordinate and work with the National Works Agency to ensure that along all new road projects, trees will be planted to soften the impact of the infrastructure, as well as to improve the aesthetics of the area, increase biodiversity, and contribute to the reduction of the heat island effect, particularly within urban spaces. Madam Speaker, the technology exists, the equipment exists, and this is done quite often. Not all the trees will survive. But you know what, Madam Speaker? Because we respect our environment, and we respect that the tree has a life, that we who are masters of the environment will act in a way that is respectful and protective.